So basically the first thing we got to talk about is basic setup or basic technique.
Okay.
And that is, go ahead and get set up like you're going to hit this. I noticed you do a pretty good job, but a couple of things that we want to keep in mind are, number one, we want to make sure the ball is played further backwards. You know, if you were to say front, middle, or back, the higher you want the ball to go, the more likely we'll put it close to the middle of your stance.
Okay.
The more you need it to run, or if you don't need it to go high at all, like pretty much any shot where we're right around here, keep the ball back by your back foot, because all it's going to encourage is you hitting the ball before you hit the ground. Okay. And it helps a lot more if the grass is like kind of long and sticky.
Yeah.
It kind of promotes more of a decelerating blow.
Okay, sure.
So number one, we want the ball to be back in your stance. Number two, we want your hands to be ahead of the ball, which is what you've been doing, it looked like.
Okay.
But the important part with the hands ahead of the golf ball is as that club swings down, you want to make sure that this club does not pass your hands this way.
Okay.
So your hands are staying ahead of the club the whole time. Now obviously it might start flipping where they straighten out,
sure.
but just make sure that this back wrist doesn't cup. If it starts cupping, that's when you start losing a lot of your consistency.
Okay.
So it's promoting a down strike, and the loft is what's going to make the club go up in the air. But again, on a shot like this, we don't need the ball to go up in the air.
Right.
We just want it to run out the right distance.
Right.
And then again, the run out the right distance, that's why we have 3 clubs instead of just 1 club right now.
Okay.
So ball back, hands ahead of the ball, but more importantly, hands ahead of the ball throughout the entire stroke.
Okay.
So go ahead and hit a couple like that. And again, it's not that much different than what you were doing, but again, what I would suggest is a little further back, a little bit more cognizant of keeping your hands ahead of the golf ball.
Okay.
And again, what that kind of shot is going to promote is more of a roll shot. So if we're trying to hit something real high and soft,
Yeah.
this technique is not what we want to do.
Right.
If we're trying to do something where we can afford to let the ball run, whether it's you're close to the green and the pin's close to you, or all the way to the backside,
Yeah.
as long as we can afford the ball to run, I want you in this technique.
Okay.
So go ahead and hit that shot a couple more times. Good. Basically, it's just you're using less loft on your club for this.
Right.
Good. I want you to try something.
Okay.
This is an aid to, if you ever get into a spot where your chipping doesn't feel like you're hitting it in the middle of the club face and you're not, it just doesn't feel right.
Right.
Chances are it's because the ball's not in the right position, and or the club is rotating or your hands are flipping.
Sure.
If you have an alignment rod, this is a great tool. I'll actually stick this up alongside your grip, and I want you to grip it like you normally would with that.
Okay.
And all you're trying to do, make sure this thing sticks up past your hip, is if you flip at all, that rod's going to hit you in the side.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and you can actually hit chip shots with this, and the whole focus is just trying to make sure that rod does not touch the side of your body.
Okay.
It helps keep your hands out in front of the club, basically.
Gotcha. Okay.
Good. Again, it's important to understand the difference between pitching and chipping. We're chipping right now where we want the ball to run.
Right.
We want the ball to go up in the air. We'll use a lot of similarities, but there are some big differences to help the ball get up in the air, because what we're doing right now is promoting the ball to shoot out low and run a little bit.
Okay.
Now, if we were to